Oh, dang, they did. That's what's up. Hey, that helps Texas.
Yeah, we're ranked 10 now.
Dude, the Big 12 is so stacked. It's crazy.
I wish U of H was in the Big 12. I don't know why we're not.
Between between us, uh, Baylor, Tech, West Virginia, and the Big
Hey,
12. Huh?
hey,
A&M's in
you.
there. KU, yeah, KU. What do we have, like 6 teams in the top 25?
I think K State's ranked 2.
If they're not, they're about to be. K-State's really good, too.
Yeah. Big 12 usually always has a great basketball program.
Yeah. Iowa State. Dude, Iowa State, too. Like, the worst team is Oklahoma State, and I think Oklahoma State is still solid.
Oklahoma's not that great.
No, oh, yeah, Oklahoma sucks. But even Oklahoma. So here's the thing, right? I don't want to get excited about Texas because we'll win gritty games like this, and I'll be like, man, you know what? It's gonna be a good year. Oh, we got to play IU tomorrow. Yeah, we're losing that one. And then we play Villanova on Saturday. Oh, that should be interesting.
Hey, Donnie said, let's get this bit started. Donnie, are you in your truck or are you at home?
Why you gotta call my man out like that? We're going to in a minute, Donnie. We, yeah. Trying to share it. And then I forgot that our group was taken down. So I had it streaming to a group.
How could you forget? You remind us every day.
Because I just... Shut up, John. I'm still sad about it. Still sad about it. I'm still salty about it. Who shall be nameless, if you're watching.
What are you talking about? We kept naming her all last week.
We don't name her anymore because,
it gives her recognition.
Yeah, it's like awakening the beast. When
It's like Beetlejuice. You say it 3 times, she comes.
Oh God.
Oh Lord.
The funny thing is, people actually think she's attractive. Like, all that makeup still doesn't help you out.
I haven't even seen this lady. I don't know who this lady is.
I haven't.
I only heard about her from last week.
She, I guess, made a bunch of the Titans groups mad as well. But
Oh, she did.
Chris Jackson said, well, she's a guy.
Not the only one. She's not the only one that pisses off Titans groups. They hate me too, so.
yeah, they've been calling you a Debbie Downer, John. You need to step it up.
Because you're like the anti-Titan fan.
Hey, did y'all hear what Chris said? Chris said, well, she's a guy, so.
Wait, what?
I said that she's unattractive, and Chris said, well, she's a guy, so that's why she's unattractive.
Like Jake from State Farm.
Like Jake from State Farm.
Well, it's a guy, so.
I'm missing their comments, man. Is this in the podcast group?
I think it's off the page.
All right, we're going to the live screen. Hello, everybody. Texans coming for you, Tennessee. John is the best Titans fan ever. I don't know. It just says Facebook user, so I'm going to assume that John wrote that.
No, it was Chris. I can see who wrote it. It was Chris.
Chris who? Jackson?
Yeah.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Hey, I'm loved.
Yeah, good week for football.
That's a boy.
I'm at home replaying yesterday's game. So.
Low down. How you gonna get a group banned? She's a real Karen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
No comment.
Oh, we're gonna have to wait for my daughter. She's not in bed yet.
Tell her to hurry up.
Hurry up, London.
Come on, in here. Here, look. You should blanket me, buddy. Come on.
You want to come say hi, London?
No, because then you're not.
He said no.
Because then she'll be on here going, choo, 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 choo. That's what she was doing earlier.
Yeah.
Anyway, just waiting for some people to log on. Thank you all for tuning in. If you haven't heard, our group was taken down. We're slowly building. We're almost to 1,000 again. We were at 10. Our Facebook group was removed for bullying. So if you are joining us in one of the other groups that this is shared into, make sure you search for the AFC South fan battle. And, you know, we're kind of short on the Jags fans because they're like, why don't we suck? Well, guess what? The draft is coming up. You know what I'm saying?
You got something to talk about.
Tanking for Trevor. We're almost at the end of the season. You still can't let us die in vain, though. That's my thing.
Yeah.
You know,
Sure.
you know, it's just me and Matt Grieve and Craig Christmas and Joe McQueenie and sometimes Roach just holding it
Sometimes
down.
Clint when he gets drunk.
Drunk Clint.
Yeah, he was in a mood last week, wasn't he?
To be fair, I thought Clint would be more involved now that the election's over.
He is more involved.
Is he?
More involved than he has been in months by just saying, hey guys, what's up?
Fair enough.
Oh.
Hello, I'm here.
We haven't seen Tesmer yet. That's a surprise. Tesmer is usually.
No, Testman's been around today.
No, I'm talking about on the chat. He's usually our number one fan on the chat. On the live comments.
True. Beware, Texas coming. Nobody's afraid of the Texans. I'm sorry.
Chris said, tell London she can't drink mommy's happy juice. I'm a mom, so I'm drinking.
That was
Diet
Chris
Pepsi.
Jackson.
Can you see it?
The Texans are not going anywhere. Please.
Can't even
stop
see it.
We're not.
Your only source of potentially winning and sweeping the Colts is gone.
Somebody just said that someone sounds like they're in a tunnel. Joey Jimenez. Who sounds like they're in a tunnel?
Who?
I do not know.
I can't see. Are these comments coming from the group or from?
They're
the
coming
pod-
from everywhere.
Oh my god!
I'm seeing every single one of them.
It just tells me it says Facebook user.
Yeah,
There's like a delay. I can
because
see
when it
some
comes
of
from our group, because our group is private, it won't say the person's name on the
I see
the
it.
actual stream chat that
Honey
everybody
says
sees.
it's Harish. It sounds like he's in a tunnel.
It says I'm in a tunnel.
Yeah, I think that's what Donnie's saying.
Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you're in the tunnel.
I'm in the tunnel now.
There it is.
That should have helped it. Let me see. I turned down this and turned you guys up in my headphones.
Oh yeah, hey, you can't forget Antoine. He's always in there.
And
Dude.
Antoine, I'm
Donnie, is
sorry.
this better?
His post got flagged for just a picture of an L.
Says I
Yeah.
sound funny.
It's because Facebook is soft, dude. Facebook is soft.
Terrible.
Facebook, if you're
still-
listening, you're soft now.
Do I still sound funny?
We're taking our talent somewhere else.
Hello. Hello. Am I funny sounding?
I think you sound fine. It sounds
No.
awful with you.
I mean, it sounds like there's a
Doing
microphone
this, it sounds
like
awful.
2 seconds, 2 inches from your face.
Yeah. Yeah, don't do that. Donnie says you're good.
Oh, perfect. This is gonna be great.
No. Y'all ready to get started? Let's get this ball rolling. Whenever you're ready to put the microphone down. Harish.
All right. Let's go.
I'm telling you, it was on my end because I've got my mic too close to the thing.
Okay.
All right. Last time I did an introduction, Todd was going every time I went to start, and I literally, John, you were on that episode. I literally had to start how many times? I don't even know. It was
I was on that. I was on
Was
that
it you?
episode too. Yeah. It
dude,
was
I had
me
to
and
restart it like 6 different times.
Donnie. Yeah. It was me and Donnie that episode and Chris
Oh
Jackson.
yeah. Dude, that was great. Anyway, here we go. Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to the AFC South Fan Battle Podcast, sponsored by Sports Host. My name is Samantha Wernett. Joining us this evening for the Colts, we have Harish Nukala.
We are not in first place. We are not. In fact, we are out of first place.
Um, I'm just going to point out that you haven't done your chant in a while, and that could be why.
No, well, part of it is because I haven't been on in 3 weeks. The other part of it is
But if you do your
The ti-
chant, maybe he'll come out of injury.
the Titans played the Titans yesterday and won.
Well, that was the most depressing intro ever. Okay, anyways.
So,
And I would think it would come from this next person. Representing the Jags, we have Matthew Grieve.
What's there to be upset about? My Glennon. The chant we're looking for? The chant we're looking for, right?
that was close. That was close.
Hey, moral victories. Moral victories. All right. Representing the Titans, we have John Ha.
DeForest Buckner. Keep getting sick.
My
See?
guy.
See, you're gonna let him do that?
No, because he this is John Ha is the anti-Titans fan, so he's basically gonna say what was gonna happen if DeForest Buckner played.
Yeah, I never saw him getting hurt or getting COVID.
He was
I
exposed
knew.
to it. I still don't know the story behind that. I think
Yeah, I don't
he was
know.
exposed to
It
it.
happened pretty late. It came up pretty late.
Yes, Saturday night.
Um,
And then we'll talk about it later. Actually, sorry.
And representing the Texans, we have Matthew Briggs.
J.J. Watt, the true number 99.
That was a good one. Good one.
Yes.
Well, guys, before we start, I do want to mention our sponsors, Sports Host. They are hosting an NFL trivia. It's going to go by division, and it will start with the AFC South, and it will start this Sunday, December 6th. It's a trivia. They are going to have prizes, correct, Matt? Yes?
So
They're-
basically the way it's set up is 3 winners from each division will go on to the playoffs, and then out of the playoffs there'll be 2 people going to basically the Super Bowl, and the winner gets $150. But if you win the divisions, you get a $20 gift card.
So it's free to enter, and you can join that. It's trivia. It's something to do. We're all sitting around in quarantine, and, why not? So starting this Sunday, December 6th, you can find all the info inside the AFC South Fan Battle group. Of course, if you're on the AFC South Fan Battle podcast page right now, and you're like, where is the group? And if you didn't see last week's episode, our group was taken down for violating community standards on bullying by Facebook. So we're working on, it's still in review.
way to go on that one. Stop
Yeah,
bullying.
it's still in review. We still don't know what happened. We have rules and regulations about certain things that you can and cannot say. And that's just cancel culture for you. I won't mention the person's name who went on Twitter and tried to cancel us, but we're back. We have a new group, AFC South Fan Battle. You can find it. It's connected to the page. And for this contest, you can find all of the info. Make sure you don't go to the AFC South Fan Battle uncensored group, because that has nothing to do with us. Those are some clout chasers, and that's another story for another day. Whatever that dude's name is. I had a conversation with him today. Good times. It's been really fun. Thank you, Facebook, for no
Thank
comment.
you for closing us down because the Titans bullied the Colts. We really appreciate it.
Yeah. But we're already at 1,000 members in a couple days. It's only a matter of time before everybody finds us again. But like I said, if you're on the podcast page or if you're listening on iTunes and you're wondering where it went, just go search it again. We're back up and running, and we aren't going anywhere. No surrender, no retreat. No surrender, no retreat. But you'll find all the information about this contest in the group and on the AFC South Fan Battle podcast page. With that being said, and now that I'm done ranting, let's get to the good stuff, the important stuff, the reason why we're here. Week 12. We started, we were talking pre-production, somebody said, well, there hasn't really been a lot. And I'm like, oh, yeah, there has. There's been a lot going on. Specifically today, a lot of stuff coming out of the AFC South. The most important breaking news as of about 5 hours ago or so. Will Fuller Matt, I'll let you take that.
So we all found out today that Will Fuller is a true Astros fan. In true Astros form, he cheated. He took steroids. Oh, I won't say steroids, but
Well,
he
we don't
took
know.
Right.
But did they say he violated the league's substance
substance,
abuse policy? Was it
Yes.
specifically for performance enhancing, or I don't think they said it was. I think it was literally substance.
Yeah.
I think we're all assuming it's steroids, but it could be anything. Maybe it's.
I mean, it
meth.
could be anything. He said on his Instagram page that he got caught for PEDs and is suspended 6 games. That's all he said on his Instagram page.
I mean, he's played a full season so far. So I mean, the only
Something.
thing the only
People
thing
knew
you
something
can
was wrong.
assume is steroids. I mean, come on now, you know.
Yeah, I mean, we knew something was wrong when he actually been making it this far.
What people fail to realize though, this helps the Texans because, like John said earlier, his suspension is going to go into next season. No team is going to want to touch him. So guess what? Let's sign him for cheap. Let's bring him back. Let's do it.
You're good with it, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
I like him.
Look, John, I know you're new, but I'm all about cheating. I'm all about cheating.
You better hope your wife doesn't hear that, Becky.
Oh,
That's why she don't play. That's why she don't play with me in the Monopoly. She knows I cheat. Cheat to win.
That's probably why she smacked you in the back of the head too. I'm telling you.
Spoken like an Astros fan.
Yeah. If
2017
you're
World
not
Series.
cheating, you're not winning. Matt Briggs, air quotes for the radio. Air quotes.
That's Jerry Rice quotes right there.
so I get that the Astros won. What exactly did Will Fuller win by cheating?
He played a full season.
I think I was talking to somebody earlier today, and
He had to play this year.
Yeah. I think Will Fuller's played more games this year than his last 4 years combined.
Well,
That's
I mean, his whole career so far, he's missed a total of I think 14.
Oh, this is good. This is good. Hey, your boy Jacoya says someone has it out for Houston bad if Fuller gets suspended now this late into the year.
I think Fuller has it in for himself.
No, Jacoya is the delusional Texans fan.
Oh, okay.
Thinks that they're winning out, and
There's more than one of us, and I like to call them out. Everybody that's been on here before knows I hate Texans fans. Please, guys, quit making us look retarded. Please.
I mean, I feel like all of you. I mean, besides me, I love Jags fans, but I think all of you hate your respective teams' fans.
This is why this is the best. This is the best panel that we get. Right, the quality is just so great because we're the anti-fans.
True.
It's phenomenal. The quality that we get is just
Chris
crazy.
Jackson is claiming that, I guess, assuming it was jinxed because Nick Fuentes said that Will Fuller was the best wide receiver in the AFC South, and then this news came out.
Got him.
Whoa.
Thanks, Fuentes.
Dude, breaking news.
Every time he talks bad about the Titans, they do good. So maybe we need to start talking good about the
Winchester,
Titans.
I need you to keep your mouth shut because I know you like to talk about Watson, and that's the last thing I need is his knee to get injured. So shut your mouth, please. Thank you.
And Craig Christmas just said, "Damn, so Houston has been cheating. Is still 4-7? LOL question mark."
I mean,
but we'll get more into that later. Second big news coming out of the AFC South: Rigoberto Sanchez.
Really quick. Hey, Jacoyas, loyal can be delusional. They can be one and the same. Sorry, he just commented saying that being delusional is different than being loyal, and no, they can be the same.
I mean, I've been a Jaguars fan for 26.
Anyway, all right, I'll stop paying attention.
27 years, because today is the anniversary of the announcement of the Jaguars. So I'm delusional. It's okay. I was born this way. It's all right. Anyway, Rigoberto Sanchez, punter for the Colts, Came out today. He's been diagnosed with a cancerous tumor, and he's going to have surgery tomorrow, I guess. Harish, if you want to expand on that quickly.
Yeah, so just kind of came, just I don't know, just another one of those things. He punted yesterday. He played yesterday. His Instagram this morning came out, and he said, we'll just want to thank everybody and the doctors that have been helping him out and kind of helping him figure out what's going on. He didn't get any specifics about where or what, but he did say that there's a cancerous tumor, and he's having surgery tomorrow. So prayers up to Rigoberto Sanchez. I mean, guys, we hate each other's teams, but we definitely want to make sure that our players are healthy and things are going well. Rigoberto is a great guy from what I've been hearing from people that have given us stories and stuff. So prayers up to Rigoberto. Hopefully he gets better. So,
Guys, contrary to what people believe, we do not talk ill about people's players, families, deaths, and illnesses.
Yeah, since this news came out, everybody from opposing teams have all been like, praying for this dude. I hope he pulls through, blah, blah, blah. I was in another AFC South clout chasing group, uncensored. Anyway, and somebody in there said, I hope Derrick Henry gets the coronavirus and is out for the whole season. So, yeah, we don't roll like that in here. But
I just wanted him out for yesterday for the sake of my defense. Just kidding.
But yeah, prayers for him, and that's tough. That's tough. I guess we'll find out more if it's something that is spread, and if he's going to be able to finish his NFL career, because that's awful.
Yeah. They said that they found it before it spread, so we'll see what the surgery brings. We obviously won't know more for probably next week, couple weeks.
Real quick.
And Craig, I noticed that you have him as your background too. That's awesome.
Yes, that's my
I love
guy.
it.
Oh, I thought that was Matt Hasselbeck for a second. I just saw the 8, so I just saw the number 8. And that's all I could see.
No, that's good.
Real quick, Craig Christmas said, "F it, we're claiming the 2 wins over Houston due to cheating. Please claim them. I don't want you having Trevor Lawrence. So go right ahead. Go right ahead.
Can we go ahead and claim ours then too?
Yeah, go ahead.
Actually, we're gonna expand on that later in the episode because we're gonna talk about
I'll take week 17.
AFC South fan battle, universal bet that we're gonna have. So we'll expand on that if you want to make further that bet with Craig Christmas in a little bit.
I didn't. Real quick, just back on Rigoberto. I forgot to mention it, but we might see the return of a legend in his absence. Pat McAfee actually might come back in a limited role.
Please, I'm begging you.
I would love it so much. It would be so awesome. Very limited capacity, obviously, right?
Dude, if he does, can we get him on this podcast after? Like, we need to start working on that. I'm gonna work on that.
So yeah, thanks for calling that out. Pat McAfee is potentially or rumored to come back in a limited capacity.
I mean, so we can expand on that and segue into the next NFL news. The Denver Broncos this week, no quarterback.
Which did the wild.
They actually were discussing. There was rumors that Royce Freeman might be their quarterback. Somebody was like, "Bring John Elway back." Somebody would blow on him and he would break. He's old. And then there was a rumor that they were actually trying to activate one of their coaches. I don't know if he was a quarterback's coach. I'm not sure which coach it was, but they were actually trying to activate him to come in as a coach or come in for quarterback because he has experience playing quarterback. And the NFL, the NFL is like, nah, because with the coronavirus, they have all these crazy protocols and expanded the practice squad and blah 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 blah. But you can't just be dragging your coaches onto your 53-man roster. I don't know.
Are they going to do a fan contest to let lucky fan gets to play quarterback this week?
Dude, I was talking to somebody earlier. Whatever. You might as well do something like that. It would make it a little more interesting with everything going on. Hey, go take this coronavirus test or quarantine for
you're in,
and just wait. That would be somebody's dream. They'd probably pay to do something like that, Just throw a couple snaps. Why not? You have nothing else to lose.
I'll take league minimum for a week.
Wasn't it 30-something to 3? What was the final score of that game?
Yeah, it was a
34-3. Yeah, that was bad. I think he went like 1 for 9, 13 yards and 2 picks.
Because who ended up playing? It was like a wide receiver from.
The
Yeah,
practice
he
squad.
was on their practice squad. Yep.
You could have just
Sutton.
called like you could have
Hinton.
had like tryouts. Like, all right, we got 4 hours. We need anybody who's got an arm in the city to come out, and if you can play, like, live your dream in the NFL, and we're gonna activate you on the. I don't know. It's crazy.
Denver
I
gets
think I think Hinton actually played quarterback in college. I think he's
yeah, that's
Yeah.
why.
That's
for
what
Georgia
it was.
Tech, I think.
Yeah.
Which are you really quarterback in their old system? That was the
The fair option.
back in the day. So
Well, didn't they do the Wildcat like most of that game really anyway? Wasn't there? Yeah. Like Philip Lindsay was taking direct snaps through most of that game.
Well, wrapping up the NFL news before we get into the games. John, you can expand on the Steelers-Ravens game getting pushed again.
Yeah, it just got instead of tomorrow, it will be Wednesday. Something about the Ravens not being able to have any kind of actual practices before playing a game. Something like that is what I'm hearing. I don't know.
No, their facilities
a
are
lot of
closed.
weird. Yeah, the whole facility's closed. So I think that they were just worried about having absolutely no ability to get any kind of reps in before actually having a game. And so
Why
they
did
pushed
they
it.
learn their lesson from the Titans? Maybe, John.
Is this
Maybe.
worse than the Titans? Because they have 18 now.
Yeah, they've had the worst one by far, if I remember correctly. But yeah, like it's pretty bad in Baltimore. So it might not even happen at this point. I still am not even sure. They wanted to have like 2 days of negative tests and then be able to have a practice and then be able to play the game. But as a result, so as of right now, it's still Wednesday, but that also affects the next week's games as well, because Baltimore and Dallas were supposed to be playing this Thursday, and then that is going to be pushed till Tuesday, so a week from tomorrow. And then the Pittsburgh-Washington will be Monday as of right now, so a week from today. So we have 2 Monday night games next week.
My question is, what does that do to
That's so-
fantasy? Like, what does
What?
that do to fantasy teams if
It still counts towards the week. It's just I don't know what it does for like waiver wires.
Well, I
and
know
stuff,
for
but-
like Wednesday, it said
Yeah.
I actually got a thing in my fantasy league. I'm 10-1, by the way, fucking killing it.
Oh,
Anyway,
nice. I'm 4-8. I'm like the Jags in fantasy.
they actually said
Excellent.
because the game is moving to Wednesday, it wasn't going to affect it. But if they end up like completely taking it out of the, what would it be? Week 12? Like, what week is this? Week 12, right? Wednesday.
This is
Would be
yeah,
week 12, or-
This is still week 12.
Yeah,
We're
week 12.
currently in
So
week
it still
12
counts
right
as a week 12 game. So
Yes,
if you
it
have
does.
them, if you have them on your starting lineup and they end up moving it to another week, what happens?
You
Well,
essentially have 2 matchups in 1 week.
they still have they still are scheduled for tomorrow or Wednesdays being week 12. But whether it's going to happen, I don't know. We could have suspended games, but what it does for your fantasy, I think that just depends on your commissioner, doesn't it?
I mean, we have like a COVID-19 thing, but I mean, as far as like points, that's what I'm wondering. Like, how are they gonna? You know that there's like so many like die-hard fantasy owners and all this that are like, oh my god, like Vegas is probably freaking out. Like, I'd love it.
They probably
I'd love
all
to be-
lost their minds. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what?
They're probably like all calling Roger. They're probably all calling Roger Goodell. Like, you can't
Honestly,
do
I
this
think
game.
we're like 1 or 2 more games being canceled from an ace team being initiated.
Yeah, we could have that 8th team pretty soon too. but
I would not be surprised. We still have what, 6 weeks left? It's week
5.
12?
Well, yeah.
I
I don't
not
know why
counting-
when the
not
original
counting
outbreak
week 12.
started happening, why they didn't stop it and push it.
Because they still had bye weeks. Most teams still like so when the Tennessee Pittsburgh thing, that was only week 4, and really only bye weeks hadn't started yet. So you still had the extra
Right,
week
but
you
you
could
can
push.
stop-
But now
you can
that they can't,
You can
So
stop
now-
the season, redo your protocols, push everything back, but everybody
Yeah.
was too worried about pushing the playoffs too close.
right? The reason why they didn't do it before was because there were still bye weeks that teams
Right.
could still
They
do.
they want to be on schedule for the Super Bowl.
Yes,
That's
they
why
yeah,
they're
they
not
still
stopping.
wanted to
Yeah.
do it.
It's
now
about the
we're at
money.
a point.
Yeah.
Now we're at a point where we're probably going to have serious discussions about them delaying the playoffs for like another week or two, because you might have to fit those weeks that we miss, like somewhere in that, like right after week 17.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, what they should do, close up shop, wait until, January, open it back up, finish the last 6 weeks of the season, and then we'll probably hit April, May.
Their biggest
March
argument for that, though, is because they do not want to move the Super Bowl because so much money is already dumped into.
Sure, but then you'll still get money because you'll be able to have crowds by then.
Yeah, but not that.
That's
But
the other
no,
thing
but
too,
they
is
said
are we sure that
they said the economic thing that follows the Super Bowl. So like, then it's in Tampa this year, right? So
yeah,
the entire city of Tampa, is getting
they
ready.
Need
You got like businesses that temporarily
move
move in. They open liquor licenses for people to buy to open like temporary bars. You've got like hotels remodeling. There's all kinds of like economic things. That's why all these cities want the Super Bowl so bad. So that's why they're so afraid to like just be like, oh, we'll just move it. To be determined.
But the thing is if you're shut down and all these teams can't play, why does it matter if you get moved or not? Let's just say we get the Super Bowl week, right? One team has half its team on COVID list. Why does it matter? Like at that point, what are you gonna do? Oh, sorry guys, we have to play the Super Bowl with 50% roster because we're losing all of our money. Like, I mean, it's the same thing. You're literally doing the same thing.
But what is like isolated, or what is shutting it down? Because you're saying we'll have crowds by then. Are we even sure at that point that this COVID situation is going to be better in like 6 months?
No, because what they're going to force it to happen, right? All business must survive. That's what they're going to do. So, no, I'm not
NFL
sure. But
is a multi-billion-dollar business, so
I don't think it matters what you do when you do it. If that situation, or again, if we get to the Super Bowl and let's just say the Titans are in the Super Bowl and half the Titans roster is out because of COVID, they're not going to stop the Super Bowl. Like, it's going to get delayed anyway. So why not just delay it now?
They're not going to delay it. They're going to do it exactly how they're doing now. They can't change things just because of the Super Bowl.
Wait. Who are the Titans playing in this hypothetical Super Bowl?
First of all, that's not going to happen.
It's not hypothetical.
A slightly better 2017 Jaguars. That's not going to happen.
You see what
in the Super Bowl?
You see the point though. You see the point though. If a team makes the Super Bowl, 50% of their roster is out because of COVID. They're not going to cancel the Super Bowl then.
Right,
so
and that's just but that's the risk you take as a team, and you need to tell your players that they need to do what they need to do because they're getting paid millions of dollars to play football. And I hate that whole like narrative, like, oh, you're getting paid to play football, so shut up. That's not what I'm talking about. Like, I'm saying, just like with the MLB when they were talking about shutting everything down, like, you are getting paid money. We have a pandemic going on. You are a paid athlete, so we need you to take care of yourself.
But it's not just the athletes who are exposing the players. You could have people who are not $1 million athletes who could expose these players. There's equipment people who could expose these things. People
literally everybody who's getting paid, anybody who's around
you have to be responsible.
Need to be monitored.
But we all need to be responsible still anyway. It doesn't matter who you are. You need to be responsible. So everybody's going to be at risk. So it's just going to be, it's all about risk reward.
If you end up exposing your teammates to COVID and you're like Blake Bortles and don't wear a mask and your team doesn't have a quarterback, like, sorry, you broke an NFL policies. You're an NFL player. I don't know. Anyways.
Well, but then you have situations like Jonathan Taylor where he personally didn't do anything. His idiot girlfriend decided to go on a freaking girls trip, got COVID, and now he's automatically exposed.
Sounds like he made an idiot decision in girlfriends.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't be with that girlfriend. And if you're a football player, maybe you should be like, listen.
I'm just kidding.
Listen, girlfriend, when you come back into town, I'm going to need you to go get a rapid test before you come over. Like, there's so many ways to avoid this. And of course, this is all new and whatever. But with as strict as everybody's being about this freaking thing, like, everybody can make their lives easier by like just following policies.
While we're on the topic, why are so many exceptions being made for the Ravens? This is the other thing, right?
Because Calais Campbell is God, man. That's why. Come on.
Okay, so again, why are all these? I think that's the other thing. There is no consistency in how this is being monitored. If the NFL truly cared about the players and the risks and all this other nonsense, and you're getting paid, so you have to be careful. Why does it matter if 3 players are exposed versus 18 players?
Come on,
Well-
Harish. We know that the NFL does not care about their players. It's taken them how many years to be like, you're okay, fine. You're allowed to have an opinion about something. So they don't care.
Okay. I'm
Well,
just making
long-
sure.
Well, I
As
mean,
long
how
as we
long?
agree on the answer.
How many
As
times?
long as we agree on
I'm
the
going
answer.
to piggyback off of Hurries because Hurries, you have a point. How are the Ravens going to get pushed back to Wednesday, but the Broncos have to play with
With
no
no
Right, they had
quarterback.
nobody. Yeah.
Yeah. Like this has,
Because I think it depends on like policy. Like they have boards and all this stuff. Supposedly they got these wristbands that if you come in contact, like it scans and all this crap. So I think it just depends if everybody's following policy and doing.
Well,
what
the
they're
question
supposed to
is
do, and
that,
it,
like
true accidents and then lapse in judgment are different.
Right. But it's
I
just
don't-
really
I
more
don't
of like
know.
the situation is what the
The whole-
situation
this whole
is, and
thing
one
is-
team is being told suck it up and just make do with what you have, and the other one, the league seems to be moving mountains to try to make them play or get them to
because
play
what
the
I'm
game.
saying is like,
Although I will say it doesn't look like most of these players are actually going to play. They have a lot of people who have COVID, but they're also not going to play. Like Lamar's not going to play. A lot of these guys aren't going to play, but they are going to still try to play the game. It's just a matter of when.
right. So, but what I'm saying is there's a difference between a lapse in judgment and doing something because
Right.
you.
I get what you're
Anyway,
saying.
you get what I'm saying. Let's move on. Let's get into the games. Who cares? 2020 sucks. The end.
yeah.
The end.
Yeah, let's move on.
Okay. So anyway, Matt, give us a quick recap. And you
What's
better
Matt?
use your garbage analogy.
What's Matt?
I'm sorry, Matt Briggs.
My garbage analogy.
Yeah, how was the game? You go into the kitchen, you see your trash can.
Oh yeah. Oh no, not well for Texans. It actually, I mean, it was actually a good game. We just played the garbage can. That's why we won.
Is that why you're an Astros fan? Is the garbage can?
Yeah, I mean, beat on it and you won the World Series. I mean, sorry, the Yankees can't do that. Well, it was a good game. J.J. Watt looked phenomenal. Like J.J. Watt in past with the pick 6, sack. He looked like a beast. Deshaun Watson, last 5 games, he's put the MVP candidacy up for the South. He's right there behind Derrick Henry. But I mean, all these Texans fans are like, "Oh, we blew her out. Oh, we destroyed them." It's the Lions. Like, come on, it's the Lions. Everybody in the South, except for the Jaguars, to blow out the Lions. Like, you can't base nothing on this game. You really can't. It's
They're winning out.
You got the
Yeah.
division now, bro.
Yeah. The Colts and the Texans are losing every game left. And the Texans and the Texans are winning out. Colts and Texans. They're not winning another game.
Damn, that
look,
sucks, Harish. The
I love-
playoff source are done.
I love
Yeah.
my team. I love the team. I love my Texans. I'll always be a diehard Texans and Cardinals fan. But I'm a realist, man. Come on. There's no way, especially losing Will Fuller, your best player on offense besides Deshaun Watson. Who's gonna catch the ball? Cobb out there with his Walker? I mean, come on now, man.
He's out too. Isn't he out too?
Oh yeah, he's out too. We let go Stills. Like, let's be real. Our season's over. Let's trade away J.J. Watt. Let's trade away some other pieces. Let's rebuild the defense. And let's
Did you
move
just
on.
say to trade away? You think
Yeah,
you should
JJ
trade away JJ Watt?
He wants
JJ
out
Watt-
anyway.
J.J. Watt stock is
Oh, he
through the
wants
roof.
out?
Yeah, he wants out.
That's a
And-
rumor.
wow.
Has that been confirmed though?
He
Have you
said
seen
it.
Have you seen his press conferences?
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. Like he may feel defeated because of the way that everything has gone, and now that
No,
Bill
no, he
O'Brien's gone,
said-
they still don't have a head coach.
I believe his
Ooh,
words
I'm
were,
telling
"I
Pat
will
Storm
not."
that
I
you said
believe
that.
what JJ Watt said was, "I do not want to be part of another rebuild." So he doesn't want to
Oh, yeah,
sit
he
here and
wants-
do with another rebuild. He wants to be
Can
on
you
a
blame him?
championship team.
Yeah, but
And I don't
that's
blame
like
him at
that
all.
would
No,
be
I
like
don't blame
somebody
him.
asking me like,
Look,
hey Sam, do you want to go through another year in quarantine? No, of course
Like,
I don't.
I
don't wanna do it, but
I
I'm
love,
still
It's not
gonna
the same thing. Though.
Have to.
I love J.J. Watt. I want him to stay, but I don't think if he stays, I don't think it's going to help this defense.
No, I feel
It's
like
not.
he's like
we can't rebuild. The only thing we need to rebuild is this defense.
Yeah,
I'll-
like I don't think anybody's mad at JJ Watt because he
So,
didn't create
with
the
J-
mess they're in. So it's
with
like
JJ there, we can't rebuild with him.
Yeah,
We have
like
to rebuild without him.
JJ is at the point where all he wants is a championship. That's the only thing
Steelers-
he hasn't done, and he realizes the Texans aren't going to do it for him while still can play.
The Steelers are going to have a 28 through 32 pick. It's basically a early second round pick. Why not? First round for JJ Watt.
Get all
I
the
mean-
Watts on the same team.
Come on now. I mean,
it'd be cool if he won a Super Bowl.
the Packers defensive line is ferocious. They're going to have a 28 through 32 pick. It's not a high value pick. I
Yeah,
mean,
but it can't be
Does,
this year, right?
Does 20? Do you like the 20? Is that a pretty good pick?
I mean, I'll take it. I'll take any first round right now, Reese. Don't. I mean, I'm like that guy off of Don't Be a Menace. Yeah, draft
Right, but they can't trade him this year, right? Hasn't the trade deadline passed?
They can't have to draft.
Yeah,
So.
they can do it at the draft.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to have an offensive line.
I'm not saying trade him now.
And DeForest Buckner.
I thought that's what you were saying.
I'm not saying trade him now.
Oh yeah, no. It would be during the draft.
Yeah, it'd have to be the offseason. So it's like he's going to have to look at
But
the future anyway. So
we don't have no money because of his contract, so we can't build through free agency. We have to build through the draft. Only way we're going to build a draft is trade JJ Watt. I hate to say.
Well, you need draft picks, and so you're going to have to trade your guys for draft picks.
That's what I just. Yeah. That's what
Is Deshaun Watson like untradeable, or do you think they would try?
No.
Why would they try to? No.
I'm just throwing out ideas.
I mean, listen, they traded away DeAndre Hopkins. Anything is possible.
Well, yeah. All right.
I mean,
yeah.
come on.
Hey, Sam,
Come on,
you
the dude
should
was a
not.
beast.
Sam,
But-
you should not badmouth. You should not badmouth the Jaguars' future GM, Bill O'Brien. Okay.
I will cry, John Haw. I will literally.
Hey, him and Doug
cry.
Marone are good friends. So
And
maybe
Doug
they work
Marone's
it out.
gone.
I mean,
Oh, don't worry. We're getting into the Jaguars GM thing here in just a couple minutes once this wraps up.
But
wait,
don't
Doug
give me-
Marone's GM.
But the good thing is, okay, the bad thing is DeAndre Hopkins had way too many baby mamas. And the good thing is Bill O'Brien is gone. So don't have to, Watson, you're safe, bro. You're not going nowhere.
Well, yeah, they're about to win the division this year. Why trade him?
Yeah, why trade him? They're winning out.
Yeah, speaking of the
Colts
sweep,
and Titans are losing.
speaking of the sweep, Haris, you want to bet this Colts game?
Yeah, dude. I mean, guaranteed you're going to win because we're getting swept.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
We're getting swept
So-
by the Texans.
So Sam
Because
had us.
They're winning out.
Sam had this amazing idea. We're asking all fans to do it. If your team loses, you donate a toy for Tots for Toys or Toys for Tots.
Yeah, and we're not asking for like a $50 donation, right?
No, it's
Well,
Toys
and
for
you're not
Tots. Those
sending
are
it.
like,
You're not sending it
whatever.
to us. Just literally take
You're
a
sending it
picture.
to Toys to
You're
Tots.
sending Toys for Tots. It's a charity.
Yeah,
They're
if your team
everywhere.
Just
You can get them
literally
everywhere.
buy whatever toy you want, ship it
Yep.
out.
Because we
Um,
always do these like bets, and everybody gets like all angry and like, Suave Walker in particular with Jacoby Covington, like, "Where's my money, bro?" All this stuff. No, instead we're gonna make this a good thing. We're gonna do bets, but it's gonna be a general AFC South fan battle bet. If your team loses this week, go
They
buy a
win.
toy, donate to Toys for Tots.
I think you should just do it in general, but yeah.
So we
Is that-
know that all the Jags fans in this group need to be going ahead and buying some toys. All right, like just go ahead and
I know some
Go to
stores
Target.
have. I know like Target. If you buy the toy, they have the option where you can give it to Toys for Tots. They automatically send it for you.
Oh, do they? Oh, dope. I can do that. Cool.
So there's,
Because I don't
there's
do all the
options.
shipping thing.
There's options like that. But if y'all want, take pictures, send it to the podcast page. It's just a great way to spread the joy.
Yeah, for sure.
2020
Especially like this.
2020 sucks. Let's make something good out of it.
For sure.
Speaking of sucks, Matt Grieve, we got some our Jaguars commentator.
I like that.
So we got some big news coming out of Jags camp this week, but honestly not the news I was expecting. Very good news. So just like when the Texans fired Bill O'Brien, it was like major. But the Jaguars fired their GM, Dave Caldwell. Awful. Yes, I am like on the fence because he is really good at making picks, but we're not good at retaining them, and we have yet to ever be told from any of these players that have left that have all badmouthed the organization who the problem is. That's always what I've wanted to know. Maybe because I like the gossip, but also like who's the problem inside the Jaguars organization? You know, we can all like be skeptical, and everybody thought it was Coughlin, and we let him go, and then nothing changed, and et cetera, et cetera. But I do want to mention that the defense actually looked pretty good, and one of their key members of the defense was missing, and that was Todd Wash because of COVID. He was gone. So I tweeted Tony Khan. I'm like, can we, to Tony Khan and the powers that be, can you take this as a sign? But Matt, go ahead and give us a recap on that game. Jags-Browns. Take it away.
Yeah. I think our defense definitely showed out. I think our defense has actually been decent for the past few weeks. Outside of our run defense is horrific. I think any one of us could go in there and run for 100 yards. But our pass defense has really shored up a lot of their holes, which has been nice. They're tackling better. They're flying around. Just the problem is the running. I don't know if you guys saw the game yesterday, but Kareem Hunt and Chubb just went to town on us, and I knew that was going to happen because that's just where we're at right now. And it was a decent game. They didn't have all their defensive players there, but in the end we lost. Mike Glennon, he did all right. It's been a couple years since he's played, so I think teams game planning for him, I think that always comes into play. You don't have a lot of tape on the guy. I mean, it's been years, and he did start, but I think he still might be a bit of a different quarterback than he was a couple years ago. And he said so, over the years, learning from different coaches, different schemes, he's adjusted his game. So
now, did you hear about the quarterback circle of death? Did you hear about that and how Glennon was sat for Trubinsky, who was sat for Foles?
Oh, yeah, I saw that. It's the great circle of life. Yeah.
Yeah, and then now Glennon's starting again for the Jaguars. It's awful.
But no, me personally, I'd still rather have Minshew out there. I still like to see what he's got for the rest of the season. We know what Glennon is. I mean, he's a journeyman backup quarterback, and he'll fill in some, if you need him. But I'd rather see what Minshew's got for the rest of the season. I think the backup is horrible, in my opinion. But we lost our GM, Dave Caldwell. It's interesting if you look back. Russell Wilson was drafted in 2012. We got Caldwell in 2013. We have not played a single Sunday night football game or a Monday night football game since Russell Wilson's been in the league. We've had Thursday nights, and because they kind of have to.
And one of those had Russell Wilson in it.
Right. And in fact, there was one season where we didn't even have a Thursday night football game. And the reason I bring that up is the primetime games kind of generally show where a team is at. Are they good to watch, or are they competitive?
Marketability is a big part of it too, because Dallas is going to get 1 million primetime games in their garbage.
You have those teams, the 49ers, the legendary teams, right? That people are going to watch regardless. But the Jaguars, we kind of have to earn those, and we haven't earned any of those. We had the one fluke year. I'll say it again. We're the anti-fans, right? Right. So I'll call
fluke here.
So finally get it. I was glad with some of his picks that he made over the years. Again, we couldn't keep those. So we'll see what happens. Unfortunately, Doug Marone's still there, and so is Todd Wash. So
right, that's my problem. Like, go ahead and just clean house. And I know everybody's like, the Cons don't like to do that in the middle of the season, but like, for sure, Todd Wash has to go. Like right now, that was so evident. Doug Marone has got to go. That's been evident. Just please keep Keenan McCardell. That's the only thing I care about.
Yeah.
What is he, the wide receivers coach?
Yes, and he was a former wide receiver for our team.
Wide receiver legend, man.
Yeah.
Well,
my favorite Jaguar player of all time, by the way.
Jimmy Smith.
There may be they may want to play the card where they might pick up a coach who wants to have GM power and coaching power. I mean, we've seen it doesn't work well. I'm not saying that's what we should do, but that might be the thought process that, hey, we might get this up and coming coach who wants to be the GM as well, and kind of we're in a situation where you got to almost take what you can get. But we'll see. I swear, if what's his face from Houston comes over as GM, I will
Brian.
This is on record. I will no longer be a Jaguars fan.
They're coming, man.
Bro,
Marone O'Brien.
I
They're
literally
joining up.
might listen. If I'm the non-biased host, I'm commenting way too much, but I'm gonna join you in that because what that says, that would never happen, right? Right, guys?
No,
that's happening.
no one would hire Bill O'Brien as a GM. No one's
Yeah, but
gonna
it's
do that.
2020 and freaking anything's
one's
happening, so
gonna
I don't
do
want
it.
to say it's not
Oh,
ever
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
happen. But that would insinuate if that did happen, that Doug Marone was staying, and I'd be like, I'm done. Like I hate him more than I hated Del Rio when I was ready for Del Rio to go. And I literally told my dad for my birthday I wanted him to buy a U-Haul just to park out in front of his house. That's how much I couldn't stand him.
You know,
Yeah,
be the
but Jack
crazy
Del
thing.
Rio is actually good for you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jack Del
man.
Rio was a great coach.
Look
I
at
love
those
Jack Del
suits.
Rio.
I loved him on the sideline with those suits.
He was the epitome of 500. Literally, his record with the Jaguars was literally 500. He was the
Okay,
epitome of
that's better
average.
than any other coach that you've ever had. So,
Tom Coughlin back in the 90s was decent.
Tom Coughlin.
Or here's a crazy QB quarterback coach. Ryan Leftwich, head coach for the Jaguars. He's getting a lot of clout for being the head coach. That
You know who you don't want as a head coach? Matt Eberflus.
Byron
Trash.
Leftwich supposedly
terrible.
is rumored to be the next head coach
Yeah.
candidate.
yeah, that's what I say. Leftwich.
There's 5 or 6 every year that they talk about.
Yeah, they all circle the streets.
Anthony in the
Matt.
chat made a good comment. He said, in fairness, we did have scheduled Sunday night games. They just got flexed. So honestly, that's even worse. So they did schedule some primetime game, but they said, wait, never mind. There's another better
JK.
game than you
Wasn't
guys.
that, I think, what game was that?
That was like last season or 2 seasons ago.
Wasn't that 2 years ago when the Colts Titans got flexed into the Sunday night game at the end of
No,
the year?
that'd be a week 17. They wouldn't schedule Jacksonville for a week 17. If I remember correctly, it was the rematch against Pittsburgh in 2018 that got flexed out.
You might be right.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I think so.
Okay, maybe it's 2018.
But listen,
Yeah, because
they,
it was after they went there. They almost went. It was after the year Miles Jack dropped it, right?
it's an
Well, that would
important
have been
hire
the
that-
season after, but that was after we played them in the playoffs. And
It was the year
Roethlisberger
after
threw
2017 playoffs.
right after a
7
fluke-
turnovers to us.
Not
in-
a fluke
in
win. That was not a
playoff
fluke
game.
win against
fluke
Pittsburgh
year,
in the
a
playoffs.
fluke year.
Oh, okay. I was like, that was a solid win against Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
in
it was great.
2017.
Actually, after that game, I went on to Wikipedia and I changed Ben Roethlisberger's like his roster and stuff. I put him as a Jaguars quarterback, and it went viral. Like somebody's changed Ben Roethlisberger. Anyway,
I thought it
was
would have
funny.
been Blake Bortles facts.
In conclusion, I think if you read, a lot of the experts are saying this is a really good GM job and waiting. We've got 2 first rounds, 2 second rounds. I think we have 2 fourth rounds. So we've got the draft picks, the same amount of draft picks that the Texans have for the next 10 years this year. But so there's a lot of draft
Yikes.
capital there.
Well, I think it's such an appealing job because it seems as though you've got youth and you've got draft picks and you also have a hands-off owner that's going to let you build a culture that you want.
Right.
So that is really kind of everything you would want as a coach.
Hands off. I would say hands off. I wouldn't say necessarily let you build a culture. I think it's just hands off and very patient.
Amongst your teammates, amongst your team, your players, you can build them however you want it. You can build it to them to be whoever they want them to be.
They've also
Well,
got,
and the
salary
players
cap.
that are sorry, Harish, go ahead.
They also have a lot of cap space, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think we're right
We
behind
have,
you,
all
behind the
rookies.
Colts, I believe. And
But
draft cap.
the guys that are coming in, before we had the Fournettes and the Ramseys and the Gibsons and the Churches, Church was fine. But, we had these very headstrong people. They're bringing in a lot of, humble guys who are doing a lot for the community. And
Right.
there's something
Which
to
is-
be said about that. with,
Which is fine. I still
Yeah.
want talent, I'll take a douchebag talented wide receiver.
I think
over a
Chenault
nice guy.
Chenault's.
Oh yeah,
Our
Laviska
wide
Shenault,
receivers
love that
are-
guy.
I tell you
We're
what,
straight.
I'm-
Robinson,
I'm-
that's
I'm a
like
fan
Maurice
of-
Jones-Drew 2.0. He's legit.
Yeah, dude. That guy's legit.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of Sidney Jones. I think y'all got a steal out of Sidney Jones. I think he's a great up and coming corner.
Well,
We'll see.
Dang, man, they're just like cool, bro.
one last question, Matt, and then we're gonna move on to what we've all been waiting for because all the other fans have ghosted the group. Who are we getting first round?
Oh crap, dude.
We're like 6 months away. What the hell?
I don't know.
Is it gonna be Lawrence?
What
Is it gonna
pick
be
are you
Lawrence?
having?
No, it's
What pick
not.
do you have?
Well, right now we're sitting in the second slot, so
Yeah.
But in 6 months, who do you have?
The Jets refuse to lose, bro.
we'll see.
That's right.
You know, honestly, I'd like to see more out of Fields.
That's what I'm saying. Like, do you even want Lawrence more than?
I wouldn't mind Lawrence. I don't think at this moment
It's like
in
the
time.
great debate. I love it because in the Jaguar groups, everyone's like, "No, Lawrence is better. No, Fields is better. No, Lawrence is better." It's like
I
we're
haven't seen
arguing
enough
over, like,
I haven't seen enough
how
from Fields.
shitty. And like even like when we're about to win, it's like cringy. You're like, "No, stop winning."
Yeah. Yeah.
And the last few games have
Good.
been close too, right?
We can't even freaking tank correctly.
Hey, one thing about the Texans. Did you guys see what the Detroit Lions fans did?
Yeah, I saw that.
What
I
happened?
saw that. It's
Maybe
funny.
Matt Briggs can share it.
I didn't see it.
Oh, you didn't? Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
I saw that. It was funny. They Lions fans donated to Deshaun Watson's charity to thank him for getting Matt Patricia fired.
Oh,
I did see that.
that's epic.
Oh,
That's good
great.
stuff.
That's
Yeah.
kind of like the Jags fans last week voting Yannick
Campbell. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ngakwe into the Pro Bowl because
like,
if he gets into the Pro Bowl, we get the 4th round. If he
Or like-
doesn't, we get the 5th round.
Like
Anybody
Andy
have
Dalton, Andy Dalton getting all those Buffalo wings.
anybody got anything for the Texas Longhorns to get rid of Tom Herman? No, wrong podcast. Oh, okay.
Sorry, college. I don't know anything about.
Shit. All right.
Well, guys, the
I'll
moment
head
we've
up
all been
Houston.
waiting for. Let's talk about this division game. Titans Colts in whatever order. I'm just gonna let y'all talk about it. Actually, Harish, I'm gonna let you go first because at the end of the day, I don't
You
know.
still can.
You just haven't been on in a while. We've missed you, so you just go first. John's on all the time now, so go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, Colts Titans. Derrick Henry was her daddy.
Talk a little bit closer. Say again.
He doesn't want him.
Derrick Henry was our daddy. Raven Clark sucks ass from a straw. We were shit. Yeah, and yeah, we were trash.
Hey, you know, you would have won a game if Cam Newton was your quarterback because you know his arm is way better than Philip Rivers.
Yeah, Philip Rivers actually threw more yards than Cam Newton, but Cam Newton was going to take us to 4 Super Bowls in a row, apparently. Yeah, and you know what? We're getting swept by the Texans, and the Colts aren't winning again this year. We suck. Yeah, that's pretty much what I got. No, in all seriousness, right? I mean, the fact that the defense just can't have good first halves finally bit us in the ass. Derrick Henry, kudos to the Titans for shoving it down our throats. They shoved it so far down our throats. I think it came out of our assholes at the end, right? Shit was so terrible. I've never seen something so horseshit in my life.
Hey,
Hold on. We just had
breaking news.
Yeah, breaking news.
From
Bradley Roby.
from our Adam Schefter, Dylan Seaslick.
Bradley
Bradley
Roby
Roby.
also is suspended for 6 games for PEDs.
Nice.
Look,
Sweeping. Texans.
that's not the proof I need. Ryan Cussing, way to fuck us. I appreciate it there, guy. Way to go.
Guaranteed Texans sweeping the Colts.
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed. All right. Anyway, back to my explosion before y'all rudely interrupted me. Yeah, Derrick Henry shoved it so far down our ass, it came out the other side, and we didn't know what to do. And then the second half, we're like, holy shit, we actually have a game to play. And then the Titans didn't score at all in the third quarter. And then, yeah, here comes Philip Rivers and the
3
offense.
points.
They're like, wait, hold on a second. Wait, we got to score. Oh shit. So they waited till halfway through the fourth quarter, and then they got one drive, and T.Y. Hilton got his first touchdown of the year. So that's basically how this game went. I've got no excuses. I ain't got shit to say. I ain't got, if we had Billy Bob Joe or Mary Sue Mary Sue, like we were gonna win. I ain't got nothing to say. We straight got our asses handed to us. Kudos to the Titans. Good job. I'm glad you guys are first place. Whatever, but yeah, I don't have anything, dude. I was so sad last night. Like I was sitting at the table finishing my FIFA games last night, and I was like, man, this is just so depressing. Um, so yeah,
I was
didn't
pulling
get-
for you guys, Harisha. Wow.
So I mean, again, I don't. And here's the thing: there's a couple of things. I'm still going. The anti-Colts fan is. I'm the anti-Colt baby. We going. I'm tired of people saying, "Well, we were missing DeForest Buckner and we were missing Jonathan Taylor." And first off, we held Derrick Henry to less yards than this without DeForest Buckner last year. So I don't know what that's all about. Second, we brag so much about how great our depth is, and we literally got it shoved down our throats. I swear, if LaRaven Clark is still on this team next year, I might quit being a goal. I might just watch. It's like playing Madden. I might only watch the defense play next year if LaRaven Clark.
You guys talk so much crap. None of you are gonna
It's
not
just
like your teams.
it's so ridiculous that we talk so much about how much depth we have. And we just it's not the fact that we got beat is why I'm so upset. It's the way we got beat. We have
room over here at the Cardinals. They're looking pretty good.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, you can come and join me.
I've never met him. But it's just it's just like, do I think we're gonna lose another game? Probably. If I want to put on my big fan, if I want to look at the schedule and put on my fanboy hat, all right, Buckner's coming back, Taylor's coming back, we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine at the end of the day. I think we lose one more game the rest of the way, and that's the Steelers. And that's if they haven't clinched anything. If they've clinched everything, they'll sit everybody, and we're not losing.
Chiefs are too far on their asses for them to sit anyone.
They're only a game behind.
They can't. They can't afford to lose a game.
So it depends, right? So I mean, if that happens, then maybe. If not, then we'll lose to the Steelers. I don't see us losing to the Jags. I don't see the Texans beating us. The Raiders are Heckle and Hyde or Jide or Jackal and Hyde, whatever the hell y'all call them. They freaking lost to the Falcons 43-6 yesterday, but they're locks to beat us. I mean, if we finish 4-1, we'll make the playoffs. It's pretty much that's what it comes down to. We need the Titans to lose 3. I did the math today. We need the Titans to lose 3 games for us to have a chance to win the division. And I think that's the part that pisses me off the most is I this year more than anything, I wanted to win the division so bad. It's because we just haven't done it in so long. I don't care about making the playoffs. I just want to.
This was a perfect chance to do it too.
Yeah, we had the perfect opportunity to put the Titans away, control our own destiny, and we had our opportunity to put it away, and we just took a shit. We decided to only play defense for a half. We only decided to play offense for 2 series. Like, I just don't understand why our defense does these things. I love our defense. I think it's fantastic. Rocky Sin, go fuck yourself. Like, I'm so sick of I'm so sick of Rocky Sin. He basically allowed that game to get out of hand. So sick of Rocky Sin.
A couple things before we get into John's comment. I did want to mention earlier when we were talking about the Ravens game. Did we mention that they're also moving their Week 13 game? Because the Ravens came out with that statement. So that's happening. Because I'm on Twitter now with this whole Bradley Roby thing. But then he just released a statement, and he basically was like, hey, I'm sorry to the Texans and all my family and stuff, but I unknowingly took a product that had this in it.
Okay. Well, Bradley Roby is my hero.
That's basically what Will Fuller said too. So.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure, guys. Anyway. All right, John. Go ahead.
Oh no, real quick. I gotta say one more thing.
Go ahead.
One more thing. I'm sorry. Yeah. And now finally, after 11 weeks of playing football, Week 1 losing to the Jags is finally biting us in our ass. Because if we would have beaten the Jags
in the ass from day one,
it's finally catching up to us. If we would have won that game, we wouldn't even be talking about this right now. But there we go. Anyway, I'm done. Go for it. Division winner, leader. Go for it. I'll go on mute.
hey, you never know. They could also lose to the Jags and lose out the rest of their games.
Don't care. I don't want to talk about it. Go
It's
for it.
Derrick Henry is your daddy. Derrick Henry ran it down your throats.
He took care of business. Oh my God, it was incredible. This was everything I wanted. Everything that Harish was saying is really just echoing my feelings, but instead of him being like sad, it's just ecstasy and joy. That was a decisive victory. That's what I've been wanting, especially against a division opponent. That's what I wanted out of my team. My team has been pissing me off all year. This is their best defensive performance, maybe the Bears game, but this is one of their better defensive performances. Slow start, but boy, did they tighten things up. Maybe it's because Philip Rivers is starting to become old man Rivers again. I don't know. I don't care. I'll take the victory. Derrick Henry with 140 yards and 3 touchdowns in the first half. Oh my, like Harish is sad for 48 hours. I've just been in just happy joy. This is the greatest. This is the happiest you've ever seen me on this show because this is the happiest I can afford to be right now. Tomorrow's another day. I'll focus on the Browns and being worried about losing to them. But for right now, division leaders, I'm sorry, I'll keep it short. I don't need to whine.
Someone
like
got laid
Harish.
this week.
Oh, yes. Yep. Derrick Henry gave me all the satisfaction I needed.
That was such a Titans comeback. Go ahead. What? Now you sound like a Titans fan.
He really tightened you up.
Oh. AJ Brown with a 65-yard touchdown. Oh, man. All my stars came to play. This was great. It was everything I needed. Oh, thank you. Oh, I need a cigarette.
Yeah, John, calm down.
Damn.
I know we're
cigarettes are.
we're explicit on iTunes, but they might have to put us into a new category.
I thought cigarettes were stress relievers. You're stressed?
Oof.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. Like, because the thing is, like, you have
All
a
the
cigarette
winning is
after
stressing
sex.
you out, huh?
You have a cigarette after sex. That's what he's trying to insinuate.
I don't
They're gonna have to put us in a new category on iTunes.
After dark.
iTunes.
Yes,
After
no,
Dark,
that was
featuring John Hall having orgasms over
after
his
that
team.
huge, like, whatever that was, but like it to put on my a little bit more serious hat there. That was the kind of win that my team needed. It seems like we're trying to do like kind of like we did last year. We sort of like hit our stride at this point. Last year, it looks like we're hopefully doing the same thing this year, and maybe we can. The Browns are kind of feel like a winnable game now because the Browns, I don't really trust their games all that much. It feels like they're always going to either win or lose by 3 points. So maybe we got a chance. I know Harish says you need us to lose 3 games. We've got the Packers coming up. That'll most likely be a loss, but we've got the Jags and Lions. I feel good about that, but I don't know, man.
So
I don't know that the Jaguars held the Packers much better than people thought. I think they kind of exposed them a little bit, but the Browns, I think you have more to worry about than you think.
No, I do worry about the Browns, but
back.
like I think that because Harish was saying he needs the Titans to lose 3 games, and I'm looking at the Titans' schedule where those 3 losses going to come. Green Bay, I think for sure we lose to them. The Browns I worry about, but other than that, it's the Jaguars, Lions, and Texans are those other 3, and those are winnable games, I think, for us.
Yeah, that's why I said it was really hard, right?
Yeah.
We have to win out, and we need you to lose 3 games. I just don't see it at this point.
So,
The
real
Jaguars
quick,
are going to completely mess up their tanking by winning their Super Bowl, which is beating the Titans at home.
And you know what? You could, though, too. I mean, with the exception of yesterday, the Titans have just played to their competition, whether good or bad. So, I mean, there's no guarantees with the Titans at all.
So real quick, so here's some tea for you, Sam. I know you like the tea. The word is Kenny Stills outed both Will Fuller and Bradley Roby.
Got him.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, there's no chance they're signing him back. Got him.
2020 division champ, Houston Texans.
Why though?
Because he was
salty.
pissed.
He's salty because he got cut.
See, they said it was mutual. Cuts are never mutual. It's mutual by contract trade. It's never a mutual thing. Nobody's going to be like, you know what? You're right, Texans.
So he
I
just
really
like
shouldn't
straight up
do it.
snitched. He was just like,
That's the rumor. That's the rumor. But I mean, it's come on now. You know, I mean, all of a sudden, too.
it could have been Clowney.
It could have been, but I mean, two of your biggest players got busted on the same day.
Within a couple of hours. Yeah.
Dude,
Right.
Hold
That's
on.
not coincidental at all.
Is Watson? Who else? There's gonna be more. There's gonna be at least one more.
I say Tunzel. I say Tunzel.
I will.
Watson.
I will
Really?
do a. I will do a Toys for Todd on it.
I think it's gonna be
There
Tunzel.
will be one more. Who is it gonna
Why? Why do you think Tunzel?
Because he has had problems with it in the past in college.
Let's go, baby. If Tunzel's out, we definitely getting swept.
All right, guys. Well, it's time to wrap this thing up. Once again, in the AFC South Fan Battle group, we're doing this. If your team loses, buy a toy, donate it to Toys for Tots.
Again, if your team
Take a
wins,
picture,
go ahead and
huh?
buy one.
What?
I said, even if your team wins, go ahead and buy one. Just buy a toy.
Yeah, just do it. Or if, I don't know, just make a bet with somebody and that's the bet this week.
Right.
We're not doing money. We're not doing profile pics. For the remainder of the next couple weeks leading up till Christmas, we're going to do Toys for Tots. That's what we're encouraging our members to do because we're not the AFC South Fan Battle uncensored clout chasing group. We're
Oh,
legit.
dang. Wait, so my take on the Colts was too much for this group?
It might be uncensored now with me and Harish's takes.
Sorry about that.
But anyway, guys, like we said before, sponsored by Sports Host. We ask that you guys join the app. Check out the link on the podcast page for the trivia coming up. You'll have to join the Sports Host app. We also are going to be expanding AFC South Fan Battle onto that app since Facebook's is being Facebook. So we're going to expand AFC South Fan Battle onto that app. It's a app made for fans by fans. It's all sports, no noise, no politics, none of that other stuff. So we don't have to worry about it. But you can find all the information on the AFC South Fan Battle podcast page and in the group. Guys, thank you so much for coming on. Always a pleasure. And we will see you all next week.
Bye, guys.
Peace. Later, guys. Have a good night.